Hey, everybody. A big mabuhay around the world. Wow, it's so glad to be back on the air. So I thought I'd give you guys, I got a new camera here. I hope I'm looking a little better for my live streams. And, we're just trying this new technology today. So I hope everything is good. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're trying this new thing out. And, I can just use it right from my web browser. So I hope everything is working okay. I don't know. Maybe. So we're checking this out right now. And anyway, I hope everything is working out okay. It was a real experience. We had to buy this camera locally because it's hard to get things from the U.S. with the coronavirus being shipped in. So it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. And Lazada is good. We got some good sellers and some bad sellers, but in any event, we got the camera. We got some more stuff happening. So I hope this thing is working out okay, because I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on. But anyway, I've been thinking about what to talk today, and I could have just done a Lazada review, quite frankly, but I've been switching around, and I thought I'd talk about long distance love. You know what I'm talking about? Long distance love. Let me just recenter my camera here. Long distance love, if you know what I mean, So, yeah, there's probably a lot of you out there, in the Philippines, around the world, and you're kind of like, if you're looking for someone, and the Philippines has become, really a go-to place, especially for Western men to meet Filipinas, and it's really the establishment of a connection between, a Western man and an Asian woman, and it equals long distance love. And somehow the two are really together. Yeah. Thanks, Priscilla. Yeah, I wasn't looking into the camera. So this is going to be, like I said, a real trial here. Hey, look who it is. How you doing down there? So yeah, I can't. This is really hard because I can't really see my chat window the way this camera is set up without looking down, without looking into the camera here. So I'll just have to. Can I reply to chats here? I don't even know if I can. I'm trying to do this. Trying to figure out this chat box in this new thing, and I can't find it. I can't find my chat box. So I'm gonna have. I don't know if they allow you to do chats with this live cast here. Wow, not really sure. Can't really figure it out. Now it's giving me this couple of bad messages here. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, I can't. Let me move my browser. Let me see if I can figure this out. I really can't. Top chat, live chat. Can't really figure it out. Oh, I'm in BGC right now. Yeah. In BGC. I didn't leave the Philippines. No way. No. That was just a fun video, But yeah, I'm sorry. I guess they don't let you do the chat. Huh. I'm using this new program here. Wow. Kind of can't really figure this out. So, any event, I'm just gonna keep going here. Yeah, I'm in BGC. I'm in the Philippines. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't leave. I'm not gonna leave. I'm having a great time. So I just put that out there because I don't mean to put anyone down or say anything bad or anything like that, but there seems to be a lot of people, and I guess for some people, it's a big deal when they move. I've moved a lot in my life, and I've been to foreign countries, and I think the Philippines is one of the, if you have money, a reasonable amount of money, the Philippines is a pretty easy country to move to. The culture is not really that foreign or alien. Especially if you come from the West or America and you come over, it's not really that big of a deal. And nowadays, because you have all of these different corporations like fast food places and malls and everything like that. In the old days when you used to move, it was a big deal. But now, there's some similarities, and the Filipinos speak great English and everything like that. So not that big of a deal. But, I know if people click on this video and they say, hey, long distance love, and I don't talk about it, they're going to get a little annoyed at me. So, there seems to be this great connection, okay, between Filipinas or Filipino women and Westerners, especially Americans, and also in Europe. Okay, there seems to be this, this great sort of connection that there's a need for each other, right? So in America, there's a lot of Western men who are not really happy or satisfied, and they're looking for love and a relationship, and there's lots of Filipinas, for one reason or another, who are also looking for relationships. And many of these Filipinas are very tech savvy, they're educated, and they can connect. And more importantly, they can communicate with Americans or even Westerners because of English. So, there is this symbiotic or simpatico, kind of thing going on between the two. And I think it's one of the most important sort of relationship histories, in the last 50 years. You've got a lot of Filipinas and Americans and Westerners meeting up. And, I've experienced it. Okay. I'm married, it happened to moi. It happened to me. To tell the truth, it happened to me. I don't know how it happened to me, but it happened to me. Excuse me. So, it did happen, and it continues to happen. And of course, there are some things you have to overcome, but the first great sort of act one, scene one is the great search. This long distance love. I'm not going to call it LDR. I'm going to call it long distance love. Maybe I can start a new one, LDL. Long distance love. You know what I'm talking about? Long distance love. Yeah. So, you got these two people that are thousands of miles apart connected, right? How do two people fall in love? How do they connect? And so the internet, of course, makes that possible. Before, it was, people used to write letters, things like that. But there's this search, there's this desire on both parts to meet. And so you have people in the Philippines that want to meet, and people in America that want to meet, mainly men, mainly women in the Philippines. And they want to meet, and they want to get together, right? And nothing is going to keep them apart. And so the internet was one way. We also have people meeting each other through relatives. And the amazing thing is, the Filipinos, still use the old-fashioned networking. It's really amazing. And wherever they go, okay, they have eyeballs, they know each other, they talk, they talk to each other. I got this cousin, he's looking to get married. Hey, you looking to get married? In the U.S., it's such a touchy subject. No, don't talk to me. I'm not. I'm not. I don't want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. No. Hey. Whoa. I don't want to talk about it. And but it's so different in the Philippines. People talk, hey, you want to get married? Hey, I'm looking for someone. Hey, you want to do it? It's sort of a throwback to the U.S. way, way, way back when, you know. And the funny thing is, I don't even know how to stop this stream. That's even the funniest thing. But anyway, I'll just keep going, but until I'm done. But the funny thing is that is that, you know, there is this desire, and the Filipinos will network. You know, they'll use whatever's available. You know, they'll use people, they use computers, that, you know, whatever they got. You know, Americans now are mainly internet based for one reason or another, because families are kind of all broken up, which, you know, is really kind of a sad thing. But the Filipinos, you know, they want to be married, they want to have a family, and for one reason or another, they may also want to get, you know, go to a different country and better their lives. You know, that's also a factor. But many Filipinos have this desire to have a family, and some of them may have not married. They're 25 or 30. They may consider themselves, you know, too old to find a husband in the Philippines. You know, in America, you know, people are getting married in their 50s for the first time. So, I mean, you know, it's like two different worlds that are going on there. But, you know, the men are still desiring to find a relationship. And so, you know, I was kind of one of the first, not one of the first, but I think the first wave, you know, ride that wave. You know, Hawaii is all about surfing. I can't surf, but I can surf the web, right? So we were out there, and I was surfing the web, and I had a local connection, but, you know, the girl, I don't know, was embarrassed. And that's the other thing. A lot of Filipinos are embarrassed to do this, to get on the internet and put themselves out there. You know, they're very conservative and shy, and they're afraid to do it. But in any event, the girl, yeah, the one relative that I was working with, you know, she didn't want to do it. And later on, when I got married, she goes, you know, that girl, you could have been married to her by now. You know, to her, you know, one of their coworkers, you know, the aunt or whatever it was, you know. And by that time, I'd already met my wife, Priscilla. We already, you know, had met, and, you know, she had gone off and worked someplace else and came back. But, you know, the Filipinos, you know, the Filipinos are really into, you know, into meeting and networking and talking. And the Americans really aren't. You know, in the old days they were. But anyway, you know, there is this, the first step is really this search. And what makes people do that? You know, and you see people all over the internet, on YouTube. And in a way, it's a great thing. In a way, it's kind of a sad thing in America, that we're using YouTube and all these different things, because it means that we don't really have a culture that's really promoting this and working with people, that people have to sort of go on, you know, to do, you know, the internet and things. It's, in a way, it's sad. But I mean, hey, people have been changing technology and ways of meeting people forever. So in a way, it's different. In a way, it's sad. In a way, it's not. But, you know, that's that search, you know, and there's this fear, this, you know, this overwhelming fear that's also inside of you. And I can talk about that from being a man, the man in America, the American man. You know, I can talk about that. And there's this fear. Will this person really love me? Is she just a scammer? Why do they want to meet me? Why do they want to come here? Do they just want it for a green card? You know, all these different things. On the other hand, though, on the other side of the equation, you know, is the Filipina. And they have fears of their own, which is basically, can I trust an American man? You know, I hear so many bad things about America, you know, that they really, you know, don't really stay with one woman, that quite frankly, they have a lot of sexual diseases. You know, why they're going to come over here, you know, and there's all these kinds of fear on both sides of the equation. You know, and on the man side, you know, it's sort of a financial thing going on too. Man, I got to pay to go over there. I got to do this. I got to fly in. And for those that haven't been to I remember that, you know, fear coming to the Philippines for the first time. You know, I've never been to Asia. I've been flying to Europe and stuff like that. Never been to Asia. Never really went to a developing country, okay? And so, you know, I was a little apprehensive. I wasn't exactly like paranoid, like scared, like, whoa. It could be a trap. It could be a trap, man. It could be a trap. Don't trust her. Don't trust her. I don't think like that. But I mean, I was concerned about getting the hotel and, making sure it was a safe hotel and things like that. So I went to the old Mandarin Hotel there in Makati, the old Mandarin Hotel. And which they're redoing, by the way, or whatever it is, Beautiful hotel. I mean, I couldn't afford that in the U.S. It'd be like $500 a night. And I got 2 rooms for both of us because I didn't want her to feel that I was, treating her badly. I wanted to treat her as an equal, though, man, it cost me. Okay. So, and I also thought it was more convenient to be in the same hotel. And I figured, hey, it's a vacations, once in a lifetime kind of thing, So, I ponied up the money. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's a big adventure. Man, it was a great hotel. It was awesome. Mandarin was awesome. And the food was spectacular. Oh, man, the food was spectacular. And Priscilla went crazy over those little fish. I don't know what those little fish are. You guys love those. The Filipinos love those little fish. I don't know what they are. But they went, they were going crazy over that breakfast. It was something else. And she would go running down just to, she was always late for breakfast. I gotta run downstairs. I'll be like, okay, I'll see you later. But there's that fear factor, right? Do I trust that person? Who is that person? This is an internet. It could be a lie. They could be a lie. They're liars, man. They're liars. Everyone's a lie. And there has to be some belief and some trust and some desire, quite frankly, that people are doing out there to do this great adventure. It's not easy. As David Pomeranz would say, how do 2 people fall in love? And my Filipino viewers know all about David Pomeranz, right? How do 2 people fall in love, right? And that is that romantic part of the Filipinos that keeps their heart beating. They believe in romance and love. And man, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how many people, I guess I guess I did, but I think in America, romance is, kind of dying and people are really questioning love. I don't know if they have that same feeling that Filipinos do. And so, but there is this great desire and this need. And so I'd say the first part of this long distance love, is the quest, is that first meeting up, however you do it, through a person, through the internet. And you go through these fears like, can I trust this person? Who is this person? Are they telling me the truth? I'm going to be honest with you. Does anyone tell you the entire truth? Even if you're married, okay? So even if you meet somebody in person, are they telling you the whole truth? Whether you meet face-to-face or on the internet or through a person, you just don't know, There is no sure thing. There's no sure thing in life. I wish there were. Hey, give me that sure thing. Okay, I'll take it. There is no sure thing in life except death and taxes, right? So, I mean, you see, these 2 people take this risk. And of course, you have the people on either side going like this. Yeah, they're evil. Don't trust them on the internet. Don't trust them. Then you got the other people. Hey, go for it. Hey, it'll be okay. But always the best friend. Most of the time, it's the best friend going, I don't know. You don't know this person. You don't know anybody. Okay. So, in any event, you get this advice from people. And I remember the first time I was going over, right? My friend Dave, right? Dave. He said, hey, it'll be okay, man. Hey, go for the gold. He was okay. But my dad, he was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. And, his brother had married a girl from Trinidad, I believe. His brother, it didn't work out. And who knows? But he was reluctant. My mother was, she was a little, hey, go ahead. Here, It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. But it got to be to the point with my father. I just went, before I left on the trip, I went to a hotel for a few days. He was just bugging me, man. But anyway, I took off, and I decided to do that. And so, you get these tingling feelings. You're like, as you feel your bank account drain like this, as you buy the new suitcase, as you buy the new suit, as you buy the camera, as you make the reservations, and then your friends will, and then if you're honest enough to tell people, oh, you're going to the Philippines. See, the thing about me was I was in Hawaii, and they've been doing what they called picture brides forever, which were basically people got married because there weren't enough women in Hawaii for a long time, that they'd have picture books. They'd pick out a bride, and they would ship them in, basically. Okay. So when I was coming over to the Philippines on the way to Guam, they were, yeah, my grandfather did that. Yeah, not a big deal. So, for Hawaii, it wasn't that big of a deal. But for the rest of America, excuse me, I got a scratch here. Most of it is, it's like, hey, man. And then there'll be the loser thing. Hey, loser. Hey, loser. You'll get this thing where people say, what are you, a loser? Why do you got to go outside your own country? What are you, a loser? And I'm sure the Filipinos get that too. Why can't you marry your own kind? Why you got to, marry a foreigner? So, both sides are getting pummeled. They're getting like all this advice from their friends and best friends. And I remember when I got here, right, my wife's best friend, right, man, she gave me the Filipino stare down. Like, I remember that stare for years. It wakes me up in the night. And she just wanted to make sure that, and when I eventually met her, her friend and her parents, there was like a tribunal, the Filipina tribunal. And there was 3 of them passing judgment on me. And they were just looking at me like this. Yeah. And her friend was like, I mentioned her name, but I don't know if she wants me to put her name on YouTube. Oh, I remember that stare, man. And I was scared. But so you got these friends on both sides. This tug of war, and you're in this long distance love, and you're in the middle like this, and they're pulling everybody apart. And the friends on one side are going, don't trust them, and the other side, don't trust them, and you're in the middle going, but I love them, You don't know that. We know what's best for you. Oh, man. So, you got that first, quest, the internet quest, or mainly internet now. And then the first meetup, where, it's like jumping in the ocean, you just got to do it. And so you got these people on either side. And so, man, it's a little rough. And especially when you're on the plane going over the first time and you're like, man, this could be like the quickest date of all time. And I was, I get all, I'd get off the plane and she'd take a look and go, nah, whatever. So, before, I don't know, when you date on the internet, right, people are so excited. And then when you meet them, they're like, oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I'll check you later. And so I was like, man, this could be the quickest date in history. And I said, well, at least I got a good hotel. And so, it could have been, but I'm going to say, for those people that are, thinking about long distance love, most Filipinos are not going to do that. they're not going to do that. They really do form a connection. Filipinos really do. And when they do that, they do love you. And I don't really would fear that if you have to come over for the first time. But that's part of that, the first meet, and it's like, where are you going to meet? Now, I saw some other videos, and I see all these expat experts, okay? And some of them aren't even married, okay? They're not even married, right? And they're dishing out advice about how to meet a Filipina and how to, and I'm like, you know what? Once you marry a Filipina, get back to me, okay? I'm tired of your little advice. You can't even sustain a relationship, and you're giving people advice, okay? Yeah. I hate to be blunt about it. I hope I'm not being too rude about it, but you gotta be in the fight to know what you're talking about, okay? You've got to go through it to really know what's happening, and you have to take that leap of faith. And I hope that most men that come to the Philippines do take that leap of faith, and they treat the Filipina with respect, and they don't string them along or just lead them along, or you know what I'm saying, like not commit to a relationship and just go on a vacation to have fun or something like that. Filipinas, I mean, there's all types of Filipinas, but most of them, are looking for a relationship. And so I hope the men treat them with some respect, but in any event, in there's some of these videos that people are saying, well, don't let them meet you at the airport. Don't want to meet you at the airport with their family. Why? Why not? Oh, you don't want to be connected. They'll put their clamps in them, like, they'll hang on to you. Well, you can't have a person that's family-oriented and not bring their family, because that's not respectful for them. But yet you want to have a family person, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. But that's that kind of cultural divide. Of course, it's up to you if you want to have someone meet you at the airport. To me, I thought it was great. It didn't bother me. I thought it was like a party. We went out and got some food. It was great. I got to meet everybody. And of course, they want the family to meet you because they want to check you out too. It's okay. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, it's a little inconvenient because you're coming off the plane and stuff like that. But it's their culture. They want to welcome you to the country. So you can meet and have a drink, all quick, and just say, "Man, I look terrible. I'm tired. Let's have a hot dog or something and a piece of pizza." And I got to go to bed. And they'll be like, "Okay, that's fine." A lot of these people have to travel hours to get to the airport. Okay, it's not like it's an easy trip. Even in Manila, it's going to take them like an hour or something, or 2 hours to get to the airport. So anyway, I'm just going on and on and on here. But in any event, I hope that when you're going to meet, these long distance relationships, I hope you understand the perspective the Philippine is coming from. This is not a casual meetup for them. Maybe for the guy it is, but not for most Filipinas. This is not a casual, thing. They think they're on the path to marriage. Okay, they think they are. Most of them do. Okay, and so that's the one thing I would say. Like try to understand, and that's a good way of building a bond and relationship with the family too. You don't have to worry about bringing a ton of gifts or something. Just buy them dinner or something, If you want to bring a few gifts, fine. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Maybe for the mother or the father or something. You don't have to bring gifts for everybody. But, that's important to the girl. And it proves to the girl that you can show respect. It's an immediate relationship builder. And it'll make your relationship go even further. Okay. So I remember those first days of love, when you finally meet your Filipina, they're wonderful. You finally meet this person you've been talking to and chatting with, and it's wonderful, and I think a lot of people do fall in love. I did. Okay. And you build this relationship, but in the back of your mind, there's still this thing going, is it for real? Is it for real? Is it for real? And of course, with these, compressed relationships, it's like putting everything in a pressure cooker and going, speed it up, turn the dial. You don't have that much time with these people because of the distance. And it'd be better if you can spend a month here, spend a long time here. But most people, it's a week or 2 weeks. And the thing is, I have to say, is trust your feelings and trust your emotions. There's always going to be, you can't look at every signal as that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. That's bad. You really have to be honest and try to build some trust and not to question. You question the person too much, it isn't going to work. Okay. I'm not saying, you shouldn't question obvious things or something. The red flag, wave the red flag. I'm just saying, you have to give people the benefit of the doubt, or else it's not going to work. I mean, obvious things that you think are really red flags. Yeah, well, that could be a problem. But then after you meet your Filipino love, and then it's over with. And my wife, I didn't know this until later. I don't know when she told me. When they left me at the airport, she stayed there for an hour crying at the airport. Okay. That's because, yeah, I'm a macho man. Yeah. But, it just really goes to show you that, these Filipinas really, love these, the relationships they make. This isn't fake. Okay. Of course, there's scammers and people. You hear about it. There's scammers everywhere. But this is when, the relationship, you get the long distance part of this relationship, and it goes on and it goes on and it's rough. So you met this person and now you can't be with them. And all you can think about is how you're going to get back there, how you're going to do it, get back. Now, for me, I did something that most people probably wouldn't have done. We got engaged the first time we met. Okay. And we were planning our wedding, and I came back 3 months later. It was tough arranging a wedding like that in 3 months, especially in Manila. But she did it. Priscilla did it. Now, if I had to do it over again, I would have waited. I was running out of money. But I said, hey, man, we're going for it. We're going for it. And, it's all this emotion and money and commitment and time. And, and my mother, she was out there getting all the documents for the marriage. It was rough. We went to this church with really tough documentation requirements. It was worth it, though. I mean, it was a great wedding. But it gets tough. And I don't even know what time it is. It's 7:08. I think my battery's going to run out pretty soon. So you know what? I'm going to catch this on the flip side. I'm getting tired. I know I've been making you guys tired. So you know what? I'm going to do a part 2 of this tomorrow with a live cast with the new camera and talk about long distance love. All right. And I'll be back to you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Have a good Saturday night. I hope you're out there meeting the love of your life. She's out there, and there's plenty of Filipinas there. They're out there looking for you. If you're in America or the West, they're there. Okay. They're waiting for you. And for the Filipinas, not too many Filipinas, look on YouTube for, how to find a man. I don't know why. But they're there for you too. All right. Big mabuhay. I don't even know how to stop this stream. I don't know if I just click out or what I got to do. So you have to bear with me while I find my way out of this program. But I hope it came out good. I think the picture looked fairly good. I have to apologize for the chat window. I can't chat. I guess I'd have to have a separate computer logged in to do that. So, these are all new things we're kind of figuring out. So anyway, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Big mabuhay, as I like to say. And salamat po. See you guys later. Take care. Yeah, I don't